Hey guys, it is me, Phoenix. We are going to do a general read to see what your energy is. Is this general? What is considered general? Just to see where the energy is today. But anyway, please do me a favor, like, share, subscribe, hit the bell notification to be notified when I post a new video. Remember, red hearts if you made it through, purple hearts if it resonates, green hearts if you're working on it, yellow hearts if you rock with me and got my six, mean to have my back because I have yours. Self-worth, memories, and nostalgia. So the memories about the expectations that you had when it came to your self-worth, or the things that, the lack of self-worth that you have for yourself. It's okay. It's okay. But this is the divine intervention and the detours and fate that comes in to tell you, hey, 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 you need to pay attention to your self-worth. Stop holding on to these memories and focus on you and know what it is that you need to do, and go from there. Yeah, remember. And that's also having awakening. Remember who you are, your higher self, right? There's an activation once you get to the point of you realizing your self-worth. And that sometimes come with divine intervention. And, a lot of regret. There's a lot of regret, and also, maybe when it comes to dealing with the Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. But the thing is that you learn from the situations. You learn how to be stronger, and you learn how to process things, and to learn your self worth, and not to let anybody get in the way. Avoidance is here, ego, fulfillment, chemistry, passion, and epiphany, and third parties. So if you ask me how I see these cards, and I turned them over because they came up, but the avoidance, even though you feel like there's a lot of chemistry in a situation, the fulfillments that you wanted, the wishes, the ego that you were dealing with, the vanity, the pride, and also you have an epiphany or a breakthrough about the third parties, that maybe you got to trust in divine timing. And that is how I see this read is going. So, I feel like you could be dealing with the air sign, or you could have heavy air in your chart. But Gemini, Libra, Aquarius is here. It shows his face. You have a lot of regret, but there's an activation that's happening, and divine intervention and divine timing that's playing a key role. And you understanding that, look at these, how the cards come out. Your mental and your self-worth is everything. And when a person is avoiding you, especially when you guys have chemistry and you want to have something with this person, and their ego and their pride gets in the way, and the epiphany is that these third parties are always going to be there, or this person is always going to have the external energies. Look at all these cards that keep falling the way that they do. I'm trying to give you guys an authentic read, but I guess it is. But I'm going to pull one more card, and then I'll look at the bottom of the deck. It came out swift. Yeah. So something has happened swift, but it happened. It took a long time, but it happened within divine timing. Let's look at these cards over here. We have leisurely. So they're avoiding you because of their leisure activities. I don't know. The Neptune energy is here. Neptune is quite observing, mysterious, intelligent, perfection seeker, concentration, and wisdom. So that's what could be happening when it comes to this air energy that you've been dealing with. A strong build. Ooh, they got strong features. Slim, though. Slim, maybe at that athletic. That's where the ego comes in at. Just saying. I'm not saying vanity and pride, because they think that they're God's gift to green earth. And the financial constraints could be you in a financial constraints, because this person may be a taker, and not a giver. Yet somebody that's in your circle, young acting or childish, right? Personality disorder. Third parties again comes out twice, right? So in card number 2, mystery. Again, the moon energy, peacemaker, creative, adaptable, considerate, psychic, and intuitive is your energy. You could be dealing with this person who you feel like have personality disorders, someone who has a problem with their pattern of thinking and behaving. If they feel like they're God's gift to green earth, sounds like air energy to me. And they're childish. They haven't grown up yet, young. And they think that, their ego is there. They're slim with a strong build. They like to do things on a leisure, and they're avoiding you. Yeah, so look, past life in Gemini. Okay, first of all, you felt like this was something that this past life memory nostalgia, right? You felt like this is somebody that you lived with in the past life, or you just knew that, you made the assumption. Let's say that. It's okay. You made the assumption. You didn't have boundaries with this person, because we never do when we're in love as Cancers, and it's okay. See, we become toxic to ourselves, yeah, because we think that they're God's gift to green earth. You see what I'm saying? That's where the ego comes in at. And you're not the only person that feels that way. The expectations of the past life, and you losing your self-worth because you feel like it's fate, or this is something that, needs to happen a certain way. Oh, sorry, my son is texting me. That needs to happen a certain way, or need to be a certain way, is why, because they know somebody in your inner circle, or it's somebody, you don't want anybody to, let's see how I'm going to say this. You want to keep the peace, right? You want them to see your the things that you bring to the table, but their ego is too big to even see that. And so it causes you a lot of regret and repression when it comes to this. And so when you activate your higher self by having an awakening and trust in divine timing, and understand that the things happen when they're supposed to happen. Divine intervention is at play always, but that's when it comes to this Gemini energy that comes out here. Okay? Listen, bottom of the deck, caregiver. You nurtured this situation. You nurtured it until you became toxic to yourself. That's just how I see it. This is somebody that you were crushing on. This hottie, strong-built, slim CEO, somebody who has, the finances, right? That has the finances, Libra energy, who you might think is strong, and it may be balanced, or it could be some type of air energy that you've been dealing with. Libra is, the scales, justice, right? Consequences of your actions. So you could have Libra in your chart. They could be a Gemini, or they have, be a Libra and have Gemini in their chart, or some type of air energy. But we also have Aries, which is considered the CEO or a leader, somebody who the Emperor energy has the power, the authority, and the stable when it comes to the finances. And you are falling apart because of the third parties, and just you're giving your time to this person until you have this breakthrough, or this epiphany that this person ain't worth all that. You know what I mean? And so that's just kind of how I see that energy. I'm going to go ahead and pull from the Destined Love Oracle deck to see what else comes out. But yeah, you being the person who is trying to get this person to see the beauty in you, it's codependent. It's not really a caregiver. That's just a nice way of saying it. And it's respectfully, I understand, been there, done that. Yeah, but you have to go into hermit mode, solitude, in order for you to have this awakening, because you realize that you are being triggered by this person, and it causes you a lot of regret, and it causes you a lot of turmoil. Sorry, I hit the table. Hold on. Because this person betrays you because of the third parties, and you're trying to figure out, why would they betray me, right? They observe everything, and they play their cards the way that they want to, because in the Neptune energy, okay, Neptune is your idealism, so they observe a lot of things, right? Concentration and wisdom. They have everything they want, because that's how they play the cards. So their inner circle, this time in this situation, this person from it, and they know somebody in your inner circle. So here, let's just be real. You don't want to be embarrassed by their actions, so you act as if nothing is wrong, and you know that they might be God's gift to green earth to themselves, and they were to you, but they're childish, and they have mommy issues, and they want everybody to come into their life and care for them and give them things, even though they have stuff, which causes you to be in financial constraints until you understand that this energy is triggering you, and you have to have an awakening and go into hermit mode, right? So, this is, when I say making assumptions, it's, permanent decisions on temporary emotions, because, you make a decision to give your all to this person when they have everything. A person who has something doesn't want you a person that already has the things that they want and need, and financial stability, is not going to ask somebody who they know may be struggling, struggling, and maybe trying to show everything because they know that they love them. Now, they might play the love games and the things like that because they understand, or if this is the case and they're doing that, they have a big ego and they feel like they lead with money. But, if a person has money, and has the ego, a lot of 9 times out of 10, they don't want nothing from you. But if somebody is around you that wants money from you and they have things, something isn't adding up. It's either something that they're lacking, maybe childhood energy, or it's something about the past where we have past life that is keeping them stagnant and thinking that it's okay to take from a person and never give anything. So that's a childhood, that's a respectfully ghetto mentality that, these people have. And then they want to turn around and have a reconciliation now. But here's the reconciliation. It's the back and forth, coming back as if nothing has ever happened and having you wait and hold on to the memories and know that this is something that you really want. So it's a game that's being played with them. You get what I'm saying? And so that's the reason why you have to get to the point to where you have an awakening and you trust in divine timing and know that divine intervention. I think this is the second time these 2 cards came out. You have to trust in divine timing. And I think that's what I'm going to name this because, again, this person, Knight of Swords energy. The Knight of Swords, it says, where is it at? Be tough, be ambitious, know what you want, go after it in single-minded determination. Air energy. So they have been this way, tough and ambitious, knowing what they want. They observe things, but it became a game of give or take and ego. They want to take and they want you to give. And so that's where the ego comes in at. So they walk around in these third-party situations and they betray everybody until there's no one else to betray, until somebody has the awakening. And guess what? If you ask me, I feel like the awakenings happen down the line. So they mess over you, they mess over somebody else, and they mess over another person. It all starts to dwindle down, and that's when divine timing happens, and that's when the divine intervention happens because, everybody starts to walk away at once. 8 of Cups energy. Everybody starts to walk away from the things that no longer serve them after a realization, judgment energy, that this person ain't shit. I mean, just saying, but you just have to get to the point to where you have to know where you come in at. Now, here it is, and this is why you're probably here. I kept this card in here because this is the card that, talks about this deck. But it says, what we see is in the symbology of tarot derives in large measures from our own intuition and once revealed reflects back upon each of us to further enrich our lives. So now that you have this awakening, you trusted in divine timing, it was a divine intervention. You went into hermit mode, and you're trusting in your higher self. Now you're looking for answers and trying to see what it is that this person, when this person will come back around. Well, let me tell you, they will come back around when they realize that they don't have that effect on you anymore, and they'll keep coming back around. But every time you say, I send strength and healing, period, you're still caring for them. You're just caring for them in the 5D and not the 3D. And you have to learn with the boundaries. Without boundaries, you're toxic to yourself. And therefore, if you're toxic to yourself, you're toxic to other people. And you don't realize that. And respectfully, it's okay. But with boundaries, there's no room for toxicity. But that's not something that we learn as a child. That's something that we learn over experience. So remember, no man is your enemy. No man is your friend. Every man is your teacher. This person was placed here to teach you a lesson. Now, you trusted in divine timing. That divine intervention will happen, and there will be detours. There will be all these things. And at the end of this, the balance will come out. So maybe this is the Libra, the justice, because everything will end in order to begin. But the whole thing is you finding your self-worth and having a breakthrough. So again, the epiphany is that you had to walk away and figure it out. Now, if you haven't walked away, which it shows here, 8 of Cups energy, that you walked away, then you're in the process of healing or trying to figure out how not to be triggered by this egotistical person who thinks that they're God's gift to green earth. It's Gemini. But the star energy card of Aquarius says, no matter the situation you find yourself in, there is always hope. Have faith. Be optimistic. Focus on self-care. You're focusing on yourself. You're focusing on yourself. You're activating your higher self. You realize that you were at a stalemate with this person. No matter how you felt, this person still avoided you. This person still kept you at a stalemate and had you waiting. And so now it's time for you to pull you on them. So these cards turned over. You have sacrificed too much and you have become toxic to yourself. Like JDS Tarot says about the Queen of Pentacles, you become toxic to yourself. And therefore, until you start to work on yourself, 8 of Pentacles energy, 8 years down the line, maybe, but when you start to work on yourself, Queen of Pentacles says a loving family is one of the greatest blessings in life. Protect and care for them no matter what. See, all the queens came out. Now, this is the second time this has happened this week. The Queen of Pentacles, the Queen of Pentacles. Okay, hold on. But the Queen of Cups came out needing clarification. So now you know that you have done everything you could in this situation. The Queen of Pentacles says, again, they say you could be toxic to yourself because you nurture, you give until you have nothing else to give, right? And then you have to work on yourself. But in order for you to do that, you have to stay optimistic. You have to have this realization and walk away and be tough, right? But the Queen of Swords is here, air energy, telling you to stand up for yourself. Always speak your mind. Don't take shit from anyone. And so that is where you are. And that's the situation to where you had anxiety and sleepless nights when it came to the Queen of Wands. So all the queens are out here. This is a nurturing energy. This is somebody who is patient. But if you mix all of these people up, there is confidence, there is strength, there is financial, nurturing, empathetic, loving energy. And the queens say, it says, nurturing the woman's role in society. You've done all of these things. You've been tough when you needed to, but that's where you are now. That's where you are now. You're being tough and you're working on yourself. You have confidence now. You had to move forward with confidence, which is, the same thing as the Queen of Wands. Confidence shines from the inside when you love yourself, own your flaws, and rocking without caring what others think. Moving forward, you don't care how the inner circle feels about you dealing with this childish ass individual, with this ego. You don't care anymore. Now you're working with yourself. You're confident within yourself. You're being empathetic because you realize that you sacrificed everything that could, including finances. And that's where the finance card came out underneath here, where I told you that this person will take as long as you keep giving. And then they'll realize that once you stop giving is that they want to have a reconciliation. And you're like, I don't know. And I'm not going to even ridicule you to say no. That's up to you. You got to send strength and healing period to this person and realize that no man is your enemy. No man is your friend. Every man is your teacher. And at this point, you reach this plateau and you're disconnected and you're bored and you're done with the childish ass games. No more waiting. No more caring for this person. The only thing you have right now to do is to trust in divine timing and work on yourself. Let's pull from the finance deck. And then we're going to pull from the crystal and the 4 agreements. 4 agreements says to be impeccable with your words, not to make assumptions, to know that you've always done your best, and not to take anything personal. So moving forward, they're not going to understand why you're not taking any of the bullshit personal anymore. Spirituality. I mean, I can't make this up. Remember I said you're here to hear a different story. Media. Step into the spotlight to get seen. Don't allow your talent to go unnoticed. It says a career in television, radio, magazine, or any mass media job might be perfect for you. It might be time to get more publicity if you want to increase your finances. So you might be stepping out and going outside, and this person is like, where is Cancer at? Why is Cancer not even paying attention to me anymore? What is happening with Cancer? And they see you on social media, so then they start to stalk you. And now they see how strong and tough you are with all of the four queens being here. But spirituality is here. My neighbors have a dog, and it's in the bathroom upstairs. I've never heard this before in my life. I've been here 3 years now. Anyway, you are being guided to discover your own unique spiritual path at this time. And you're trusting in divine timing, your higher self, right? You may be called to become a spiritual advisor, healer, or anything in the occult. Your finances could use some spell work. Ask your angels and your guides for assistance. Infinite Spirit, open the way for great abundance for whatever your name is. I am an irresistible magnet for all that belongs to me by divine right. I'll say it again. That's the spell. That's just using your words, right? Infinite Spirit, open the way for my immediate supply. Wait a minute. I forgot. I think that's what I said. Open the way for my immediate supply. Open the way for great abundance for it. I can't even say it anymore. That's just where my mind is at. It just makes me hurt and mad because I've been in this situation. And at some point you gotta set boundaries, and so it just makes me frustrated. And when I get to the point to where you gotta send strength and healing. So when you get to that point and your words get crossed up, you start to feel angry and you start to take things personally. Realize what this person taught you, how to set boundaries. What are boundaries to you? That's drawing a line and saying no. No is a full sentence. Now I got to pull from the spiritual as fuck, because if you caught that affirmation, I said it right the first time, but I couldn't get it the second time. So there you have it. I'm going to pull from the spiritual as fuck deck, because they have a saying in here that says no is a full sentence. And that became my motto, That became my motto. The no is the full sentence. So we got 3 cards, it looks like. Let's see. Yep. All right, let's start with this one. I like this one. Shit you don't have time for. Other people's shit, crazy shit, bullshit, stupid shit, fake shit, shit that has nothing to do with you. Can you see it? There it is. There it is. All right, and it says, once you drop that kind of bullshitty shit, you'll have a whole lot more hours in the day to do awesome shit. Find shit to do that vibes with your soul. Shit that has no negative consequences. Shit that makes you say, "Oh hell yes, oh hells yes." Maybe even do some shit that benefits the world in some way. You have time for you have time for the fuck shit, yeah. You have time for the fuck shit, yeah. So that's what it says. The other one says, stay away from people who make you feel you're hard to love, who avoids you, who makes you feel like you're doing everything wrong. It says, even if you acted like a big old asshole, you still deserve to be around people who see the goodness in you and point it out. If they find you hard to love, they ain't your people. Extra credit. Someone pointing out that you've acted like an asshole doesn't mean that they don't love you. Figure out if you're getting tough love or no love. You'll be way less of an asshole when you learn this. So, loving is its own reward. The very act of loving is the benefit of the risk. We all want to be loved back. It says we all want to be supported. But when you grow up, you see that it has nothing to do with how a person who receives your love reacts, and all about you just being willing to open your heart in this dangerous world. Be a gangster and love the fuck out of someone today. Expect nothing in return. And that's what we normally do. But when these queens showed his face, it just lets you know that you've done everything that you could. You nurtured this situation. You loved this situation. You were tough with this situation. And now it's time for you to be tough and love yourself and walk away from the things that no longer serve you. You played the role of the caregiver to this Don Juan who was wounded, who had you waiting, who didn't make you feel like a goddess or even see the mystery in you or know that you had the intuition that was going to guide you in the right way. Instead, they used their scars as a way to play and manipulate you because they know you wanted love. They acted like a rebel because they needed mother's love or they need some type of love and nurturing that you tried to give them. Earth energy comes out. You had to ground yourself and you had to keep this secret. Love at a stalemate. Oh, yeah, I thought about that. At a stalemate because this knight in shining armor didn't see the same vision. Until you started looking at your higher self, they started to admire you from a distance and use your intuition when it comes to love and also research. But know at the end of the day that you just wanted to be a gypsy. You didn't want the toxic situations. You didn't want people sabotaging it. You had to change your belief system when it came to you, Cancer. Virgo card is the hermit energy. Go into hermit mode. And we have that out here. When it came to you, they tried to make you seem crazy, but you really knew what you were talking about. Now they're stalking you and they're addicted to what you gave them because they recognize your strengths and how you manifest and create and communicated your love to them. And now they have to change their belief system. Card of Scorpio, endings, because you ended the situation, the death energy, right? When it comes to you being this water sign, dealing with this trickster, Pisces energy is just letting you know that, going into this energy of feeling some type of way when it comes to the moon, the unknown energy of the Pisces, and starting the fire back into your life. And also understanding that with the star card, Aquarius, no matter the situation you find yourself in, there is always hope. Have faith, be optimistic, focus on self-care. You started to go out and post on social media, becoming an extrovert, because all you want is the same balance, give or take. You want the same energy that they give you and you give them, just reciprocity. And the dancer is here, meaning that you were able to dance your way through this. And now on social media, people are paying attention to you because you're numb about it, dealing with this air sign. But they were toxic. You were empathetic. And now you see the beauty in yourself. And you're just not waiting for this old time love. You realize that this energy must be doomed. The Romeo and Juliet relationship, a star-crossed situation. Even though there's chemistry there, you're not traveling to this person anymore. You're not playing and letting this person perform to you and bring their toxic ways to you and feeling like a victim anymore. You see what I'm saying? I can keep going on and on and on. So let's go ahead and pull from the 4 agreements to see what agreement it is. Yeah, I just feel like, again, when you start to feel some type of way and start to take things personal, this is why. Because you've given your all. So it says don't take anything personal and don't make assumptions. Love and respect yourself. Bing. You are never responsible for the actions of others, but you are responsible for you. If someone is not treating you with love and respect, it is a gift if they walk away from you. You may hurt for a while, but your heart will eventually heal. So don't take anything personal. Don't make assumptions either. Be yourself around others. So don't change up who you are for someone else. The biggest assumption that humans make is that everyone sees life the way we do. We assume that others think the way we think, feel the way we feel, judge the way we judge, and abuse the way we abuse. We are afraid to be ourselves around others because we think others will judge us, victimize us, abuse us, and blame us as we do ourselves. So again, don't make assumptions. Say what you want, mean what you say. Now I'm going to pull from the crystal deck, and then we're going to let this whole energy go. Yeah, I just feel like, when it comes to Apache Tears came out. When it comes to you, you have to set the ground that you want. And sometimes charity isn't always, necessary for people who, and work hard in silence, isn't also always necessary to the people who you see have issues, mommy issues, childhood issues, past life issues. It's not always trying for good for you to try to fix. So again, the Apache tears is the root chakra, your ability to survive, to be stable, and to ground yourself. I said in the earth energy here that grounding yourself was what you had to do in order to get to this energy, right? And so, therefore, when it comes to what you need to do, the grounding, protecting, and healing, yeah, this is what you got to do. I am healing emotional wounds. That's that. I am healing emotional wounds. So now, let's let this old energy go. I now let go of worn out conditions of lack, doubt, hate, negativity, procrastination, stagnation, sadness, generational curses, debt, bad energies, heartbreak, bad health, and addictions. Remember, addictions can be to a person, place, thing, or a situation. I love you guys. Bye bye.